You've done the research, you built the models, you ran the tests, crunched the data, and you finally finished that huge science project. So go ahead and take a massive deep breath. You worked incredibly hard to get here, and honestly, you should be super proud of yourselves. But I've got to ask you a quick question. Are you really done? I mean, sure, the glue is dry and your data points are perfectly plotted, but the absolute most crucial part of your whole scientific journey, it's literally just about to happen. Welcome to today's explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your mentor as we walk through this vital final phase of your academic journey together. We're looking at the scientist's reflection, growth, career, and character. Okay, let's dive into this because, this isn't just about checking a box and finishing up a school assignment. It's really about unlocking the actual lifelong value of everything you've just accomplished over the last few weeks. Here's our roadmap for today. 1, the power of reflection. 2, how to reflect properly. 3, real students, real growth. 4, your reflection mission. And finally, number 5, science, character, and faith. Let's get to it. Section 1, the power of reflection. Looking back to move forward. You see, science is way more than just some static list of facts you memorize out of a textbook. It's this continuous, super dynamic journey of exploration, discovery, and, honestly, resilience. And that is exactly why reflection is so absolutely crucial. By definition, reflection is how we learn from experience by looking back to see how far you've come and where you're going. So why does this actually matter? Well, because just doing the project, that's really only half the battle. Reflecting on it is how your brain actually wires in what you've learned. It helps you see your own unique strengths, like maybe you realized you're an incredible researcher, or maybe you found out you have a real knack for building physical models. And just as importantly, it helps you identify the specific challenges you successfully overcame. This whole process is what turns a regular school assignment into actual, measurable personal growth. And this whole concept of looking inward, it isn't just some modern educational trend. It actually has incredibly deep roots. 2 Corinthians 13:5 tells us, "Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves." Testing and examining ourselves is a fundamental, time-tested principle. Just as we're called to test our character and our faith, we need to apply that exact same rigorous honesty to our academic and scientific work too. It's all about just being completely truthful with yourself regarding where you made progress and where you had some setbacks. Moving right along to Section 2, how to reflect properly. Actionable steps for self-discovery. Okay, so we know why reflection is a big deal, but how exactly do we actually do it? Let me guide you through the exact step-by-step process so you can get the absolute maximum benefit out of this exercise. We've got 4 clear steps here. Step 1, ask what went well. Did you discover this brand new curiosity for a topic, or maybe your problem-solving skills were way sharper than you expected? Step 2, ask what was hard. Science is full of hurdles, right? How did you bounce back when your initial hypothesis totally failed, or your materials just didn't work the way you wanted? Step 3 is vital. Connect to careers. Think about how your specific project links up to real STEM careers out in the real world. Like, could that physics project you just did help an engineer design a safer bridge? Might your biology research actually be used by a marine biologist? And finally, step 4, celebrate success. Whether you faced massive setbacks or totally breezed through the assignment, you grew as a scientist and as a person, and that is absolutely worth celebrating. Let's look at Section 3, real students, real growth. Learning from Jasmine, Diego, and Aiden. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is that it shows you're definitely not alone in this process. Seriously, you aren't alone in your struggles. Experiments fail all the time. Lab partners argue. Data gets super messy. Let's look at 3 peers who face those exact hurdles. First up, we have Jasmine. Her challenge? She literally had to completely redo her experiment twice because her results were totally inconsistent. But instead of just quitting or, faking the numbers, she pushed right through it. Her big win was developing a true growth mindset, and she actually ended up with way better data. Then there's Diego. He looked at his project and took that awesome step of connecting it to a career. He realized his work related directly to wildlife biology, and now his big win is that he's seriously considering a career protecting endangered animals. Lastly, we've got Aiden. His challenge was a bit different. He got into an argument with his partner. Building their model got stressful and caused some friction. But his big win? Teamwork. They learned to communicate, they compromised, and they successfully built their model together. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that every single obstacle these students faced was really just a stepping stone for their growth. Which brings us to Section 4,
your reflection mission, the final assignment.
I want you to think of this as that epic moment in the hero's journey where you, the hero, take everything you've learned and apply it to complete your quest. It's time for your specific, actionable mission. Here's your homework, your official reflection mission. I highly encourage you to literally hit pause on this explainer right now, grab a notebook, and really think deeply about your answers to these 5 questions. Ready? Number 1, what skills did you gain through this project? Number 2, what was your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it? Number 3, which career fields relate to your project topic? Number 4, what would you do differently next time? And number 5, how does 2 Corinthians 13:5 encourage thoughtful reflection? Go ahead and write these down. Putting these answers on paper and just being totally honest with yourself, that's where the true, lasting learning really solidifies. All right, on to our final stop, Section 5, Science, Character, and Faith, the ultimate purpose of learning. We've talked extensively about data, skills, challenges, and careers, right? But now we really need to connect your hard academic efforts directly to your character and your faith. Science is a gift from God. It's a way to explore, understand, and care for His creation. This is your biblical morality tip for today. Look, whether your project was a massive, out-of-the-park success that earned top marks, or you struggled for weeks just to get a single clear data point, what matters most at the end of the day isn't that final grade. What matters most is your integrity, your effort, and having a faithful heart. Were you honest with your data? Were you genuinely curious about the world? Did you give it your absolute best effort? That kind of character is what truly counts. And this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of the HeroesMart Academy Godly Learners series. Look at it this way. On one hand, education without morality inevitably leads to bad choices that hurt people. Just ask yourself, what's the point of being incredibly smart if you end up using that intelligence to harm yourself or others? But on the other hand, education plus morality creates godly learners who achieve true, meaningful success. Being smart simply isn't enough, you guys, if you don't have a strong, unwavering moral compass guiding how you actually use that intelligence. To really solidify this truth, Romans 8:6-7 promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. And, this isn't just theory. This is our direct everyday experience, too. When you intertwine biblical morality directly with your education, you don't just gain a bunch of head knowledge. You gain a profound, lasting peace of mind. You learn exactly how to use your scientific discoveries and that brilliant mind of yours for good, completely guided by spiritual truth. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final, really powerful question to ponder. Will you let your learning serve others and bring glory to the one who designed it all? As you finally put away those project boards, clean up your models, and file away your lab notes, remember that everything you just learned is a tool, and it's entirely up to you to use that tool with deep integrity, strong faith, and a genuine desire to make the world better. Thank you so much for diving into this reflection with me today. Keep asking those big questions, keep exploring, and I will see you in the next explainer.